Hi students, welcome back. Last class we did the topic on ratios. Today let's start with a new topic, proportions. Now first let's understand the definition. A statement of equality of two ratios is called proportions. Read again. A statement of equality. Now I have already given an example for you. 18 is to 45 and I have here 2 is to 5. Correct? So this is a statement. We need to see whether this ratio is equal to this ratio. That is what we call as proportion. When your two ratios are equal, then we say that they are in proportion. Now, how do I say this statement? This is 18 is to 45, you know. Now these four dots which you see, we call them, or we say it as, is, as. Let's do it again. So it is 18 is to 45 is as 2 is to 5. Let's say it again. 18 is to 45 is as 2 is to 5. Now, what do I understand by this? I have 18 is to 45. Okay? Let's write it as 2 is to 5. Now, I know 18 is to 45 also means 18 upon 45, right? This is how we have done our ratios in our previous class. Then, let's put this as, let's find out if this is equal to 2 is to 5 means 2 upon 5. Now, you know that any fraction needs to be reduced. So, 9 2s are 18, 9 5s are 45. So, I get this as 2 upon 5. Which is equal to 2 upon 5. So, that means 18 is to 45 is in proportion with 2 is to 5. That means we can say this is in proportion. I hope you have understood. Let's move on to the next. Now, let's understand the facts of proportion. Alright, now I have taken an example, children. 3 is to 6 is as 2 is to 4. Now, 3 is my first term. First term. 6 is my second term. This is my second term. Similarly, 2 is my third term and 4 is my fourth term. Understood? So, with this we have understood the different terms. My first term, 6 is my second term, 2 is my third term and 4 is my fourth term. Now, your 6 and 2, the numbers inside, they are called as means, and the first and the fourth term are called as extremes. Alright, so let's repeat it again. The first and the fourth term are called, yes, they are called extremes. Okay, remember they are outside, so they are on the extreme ends, so they are called extremes. And the second and the third term, these are in between, in the middle, so they are called means. Okay, that's how you will remember. So, what do you understand by this? Let us see. Extremes and means. Now, when I multiply the extremes, 3 into 4, alright, should be equal to 6 into 2. So, 3 4s are 12. 6 2s are 12. Now from this way also I have understood that these are in proportion. So, what is the final thing I understand with this? The product of the means is equal to the product of the extremes. Alright, so whenever you are finding out, you want to know that something is in proportion, all you need to do is, you must know that for any ratios, the two ratios you are comparing up to be in proportion, the product of the means should be equal to the product of the extremes. Let's move on to the next topic. Alright, now children, let's move on to exercise 7b. Let's do question 1. Now please read it. Which of the following statements are true? Now I am doing from your question 1, the second sum. 1.5 is to 2.5. You need to see if it is equal to 3.6 is to 6. Now there are two ways of doing it. You can do using your means and extremes, or let's do it this way. 1.5 is to also means upon 2.5. Correct? Alright, then I need to find out if this is equal to this. Now let's make everything into like decimals. So my 6, what do you think it should be? 6 will be 6.0. Correct? Alright, now let's shift the decimals. Now when I shift this and I get it out, I need to shift the one which is above. Similarly, here. So what do I get? I get 15 upon 25 is equal to 36 upon 60. Now when I reduce, I get 5 3s are 15, 5 5s are 25. Here, the table of 12 goes. 12 3s are 36, 12 5s are 60. So I get both the ratios equal. That means this statement is true. I will write this statement is true. Why do you think this statement is true? So what do I say? That means because, why is the statement true? Because both my ratios are equal. That means they are in proportion. Let's do another sum. Alright, now the third sum. This says 30 bags is to 18 bags should be equal to rupees 450 is to rupees 270. Children, now whenever you see certain units or certain quantities, alright, always first make sure they have the same unit. Even here, now both are in the same unit, rupees, rupees, and here bags and bags, right? So this will be 30 is to 18, which is equal to 450 is to 270. Correct? Now 6 3s are 18, sorry, 6 5s are 30, 6 3s are 18. Now let me see if it is equal to this. These two zeros get cancelled. What do I get? I get 45 is to 27. 9 5s are 45, 9 3s are 27. So I know this is equal or this is in proportion. So you know this statement is true. So remember always, whenever you're doing your ratios, they have to have the same unit. Like here both are in bags and here both have rupees. Let's move on to your next question. I have 32 kg is to rupees 36 and it should be equal to let's put the equal to sign here. 8 kgs is to rupees 9. Can I solve this? No. Why do you think you cannot do this? Yes, the reason is both these do not have the same unit. So that means this statement is not true. This statement is not true. Why? Because they are not in the same unit. Clear? Let's move on to the next question. Alright children, now let's move on to question 2. Check whether the following numbers are in proportion. Means I need to find out whether these ratios are in proportion. So let me write it as 0.8 is to, let's make them into like decimals. So let me put this as 3, which should be equal to 2.4 is to 9. Now, to find out whether it is in proportion, you know, we say the product of the means should be equal to the product of the extremes. So I have 0.8 into 9 should be equal to 2.4 multiplied by 3. I know 8 9s are 72. One place, so I get this as 7.2. 24 into 3 again gives me 72 and one place 7.2. Now both are equal. That means this is in proportion. Have you understood, children? Alright, now let's move on to the next one. Now, question 2 itself, I'm doing another sum, fourth one. Now, here we have fractions, and you need to find out whether these fractions are in proportion. So, let me take it as 1 upon 5 is to 1 upon 5 is to 1 upon 8 should be equal to 1 upon 4 is to 1 upon 10. Now children, you know whenever we have fractions, what did we do? We converted by taking the LCM, right? And then we got our ratios. So let me take this into my rough column. 1 upon 5 is to 1 upon 8. 5 8s are 40. Why did I multiply directly without taking the LCM? Because there is nothing common here, so I can multiply directly. 5 8s are 40. 5 goes 8 times, right? And 8 goes 5 times. So, we ignore the denominator. So, what do I get? 8 is to 5. So, this becomes 8 is to 5 should be equal to, let's see what is this? 1 upon 4 is to 1 upon 10. Now that I take my LCM, 4 and 10. 2 2s are 4, 2 5s are 10, 2 goes 1 time, 5 remains. Correct? So what do I get? 2 2s are 4, 4 5s are 20. So this is 20. 4 goes how many times? 4 goes 5 times plus 2. 10 goes 2 times. Ignore your denominator. What do I get? 5 is to 2. Have we finished the sum? No, we haven't. What have I done, children? I have only converted this fraction into a ratio. I need to check now whether these ratios are equal or not. So, let us just do means into extremes. So, I get 8 2s are 16 and here 5 5s are 25. Are these equal? No, they are not. So, that means this is not in proportion. So, children, I hope you have understood question 2. Let's okay. So, my question 3, I am doing the second sum here. 1.8 is to x is as 2.4 is to 6. What do I have to do? I need to find the value of x. Now you know what are proportions. The product means multiply. So the product of the means should be equal to the product of the extremes. So this and this. Correct? Alright. Now wherever there is x, I will take that first on my left hand side. So I have 2.4 into x is equal to 6.0 into 1.8. Have you understood? 2.4 into x. I have my x here, so I've taken this first. Alright, so what do I get? Now children, you know in your algebra, when you are finding out x into, when I bring this side, it becomes divide. So I will get 6.0 into 1.8 upon 2.4. Now let me write it here. 6.0 into 1.8 upon 2.4. Right? Okay. Now I cannot have any decimal in my denominator. So when I take this out, I take one out here also. So what do we get? Children, 6.0 means 6. So let me give it as 6 into 18 upon 24. Right? I can reduce this. So 6 ones are 6, 6 fours are 24. Then when I further cancel, 2 twos are 4, 2 nines are 18. I get it as 9 upon 2. Now I have it here in the form of a decimal, right? And not in the form of a fraction. So let me write here also in the form of the decimal. That is 9 divided by 2. 2 fours are 8. 9 minus 8 will give me 1. You can put your decimal point, bring the 0. 2 fives are 10. So I will get 4.5. Is it clear, children? Have you understood? Let's do another sum. Our next sum, again it's from question 3, children, the fifth one. Now this is in fraction. You have to find the value of x, so nothing changes. So it is product of the means into product of the extremes. Where is my x? My x is here. So I get it as 1 upon 3x. Correct? Because 1 upon 3 multiplied by x. Or let me write it. 1 upon 3 into x is equal to 1 upon 4 into 1 upon 9. Correct? So this gives me 1 upon 3x is equal to 1, 4 9s are 36. Right? Now, x is equal to 1 upon 36. Children, this is multiplied. So when I take this 1 upon 3 this side, it becomes divided by 1 upon 3. Have you understood? Multiply, when I take this side, it becomes divide. So when I rewrite this, x is equal to 1 upon 36. Divide will become, yes, multiply. And when I multiply, 1 upon 3 will give me 3 upon 1. So x is equal to, I can reduce. So when I reduce, 3 ones are 3, 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6. So my answer is 1 upon 12. Now this was in the form of a fraction, so leave it as it is. So your answer is x is equal to 1 upon 12. Let's do another kind of sum. Now the fourth one, if you see children here, now my x is in the extreme. Now the previous two sums which we did, we had our x somewhere here in between. So it was in the means. Now to find out x, you know what we have to do. Product of the means is equal to the product of the extremes. Where is my x, children? My x is here. So I take this first. So it is 8 0.4 into x, alright, which is equal to 1.6 into 2.1. So x is equal to 1.6 into 2.1 upon 8.4. Correct? Have you understood, children? Now, I do not want my decimal in the denominator. 1.6 into 2.1 upon 8.4. So, when I shift one place from here, I shift one place from here too. So, what do I get? I get 1.6 into 21 upon 84. I still have one decimal, right, children? So, if I shift this, then I get a 0 here. Have you understood? So, if I shift the space, I get a 0 here. So, I get 16 into 21 upon 840. So, 4 4s are 16, 4 2s are 8, 4 1s are 4, 0. Right? Then 21 1s are 21 10s are. So, I get 4 upon 10. Children, do not go to further reduce. Why? I have a 0. So, it is simple. I know it is one place. So, my answer will be 0.4. Since I have everything in the decimal, please do not go to further reduce. X is equal to 0.4. I hope you have understood. Let's do one last sum, and with this we will wind up. Alright, now, have you seen the sum? Now, 16 is to x is as x is to 25. I have two x's here. Nothing to worry. How do we do it? Now, you know product of the means is equal to product of the extremes. I always told you where there are x, we take those first. So, this is x into x is equal to 25 into 16, right? X into x gives me x squared is equal to 25 into 16. Now 6 5s are 30. 6 2s are 12 plus 3 15 and I get 25. 0. This is 400. Now I know x squared is equal to 400. Now be attentive, children. You know what is your algebra. You have done how to find the value of x. Now I have always told you, when there is plus here and we bring it this side, we minus. When there is minus here and we bring it this side, what do? We add. Multiply becomes divide. Divide becomes multiply. Now we have square. So remember, here square, when I bring this side, it becomes square root. So x is equal to square root of 400. Do you remember how to find out your square root? Let's do it. Now, to find out the square root of 400, 2 2s are 4, 0, 0, 2 1s are 2, 0, 0. We are only finding out the square root, children. Actually, you don't need to do with over 2s, but since you are used to it, let's do it. 2 5s are 10, 0, 2 25s, 5 5s are 25, 5 1s are. Now, how do we find out the square root? X is equal to square root 2 into 2, 2 into 2 into 5 into 5. So, x is equal to, you pair them, 2, 2 and 5. So, I get 2 into 2 into 5. So, x is equal to 2 2s are 4, 4 5s are 20. Remember, 20 square is 20 into 20, that is 400. So when I find out the square root of 400, it is equal to 20. I hope you have collected your square roots. With this, I finish half of your exponent chapter. That is, I finished your question 3. Now please work out exercise 7b, question 1, 2 and question 3. The remaining we shall do it in the next